see the comments. Okay, awesome. Happy Wednesday, loves. Good evening, Facebook, Affinity Lounge. Good evening, Instagram. Good evening, YouTube. Welcome to our very last session of our March Manifest Challenge. I hope that you've been enjoying this series and getting value out of it. If this is your first time catching me live and you're not sure what I'm talking about, I've been going live 3 times a week since the beginning of this month with our March Manifest Challenge, and I've been talking about ways of managing your challenging feelings, being able to navigate conflict, expressing your emotions better, getting clear on and establishing your boundaries, improving communication, and improving relationships. So to catch up on the series, if you go to my Instagram, you click on the little triangle button, then go to series, and then March Manifest Challenge. So if you've attended any of my live streams or any of my sessions before, please type hello in the comments. Let me know if you're catching this live or as a replay. And as new people are coming into the room and joining us, I'd like to introduce myself. My name is Danny LeBerry. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach, and I teach ambitious women effective tools to build confidence and feel worthy again, whether post-breakup, single, or in a relationship. So if you haven't already, you'll want to download my self-care assessment tool for free, so that way you can follow along with us in the series. You can download it by going to dannyleberry.com/march-manifest-challenge. Or by the way, if you're watching on Facebook or on YouTube, you can get the link in my in the caption of this video, and if you're watching on Instagram, the link is in my bio. So tonight's session, feeling unhappy on the daily impacts our life. So in tonight's session, I want to talk a little bit about the emotional costs of not addressing when we're not addressing our mental health, when we're not addressing our unhappiness. So if we don't make shifts to our thinking patterns, we can end up circling back to the same kinds of relationships over and over again, the same kinds of patterns. We'll continue to spend money on whatever it is that we use to fill that void. So for example, alcohol or shopping. We'll continue to jump from thing to thing to thing to thing. You'll continue reading articles. You'll continue listening to podcasts. You'll continue reading self-help books. So if you avoid making any investment in yourself and you keep doing what you've been doing, where do you really see yourself in 6 months? Where do you really see yourself in a year or 2 years? Oh, my sister says hi on Facebook. She's in the Affinity Lounge. Hey, sis. Type in the comments. Let me know how you're doing, how your week has been. Oh, nice to see you. Thanks for showing some support. So, speaking of 2 years, as I was saying a second ago, if some sat with the problem, right? If some people really sat with the problem that they're experiencing right now, is this really the first time you think that they're experiencing that problem? Because most likely not. Usually, a lot of times, that problem has been going on for either 6 months, it's been going on for a year, and emotional and sometimes financial cost is that we find ourselves circling back to the same problem that we had a few months ago, maybe a year ago, maybe 2 years ago. So over time, feeling unfulfilled, feeling unhappy, feeling unmotivated, it can impact the other relationships in our life. It can affect how we're showing up to our partner. It can affect how we're showing up to our coworkers. It can affect how we're showing up to our friends. So in order for something different to occur, right? Something different to occur. And what I mean by that is feeling confident wherever you go, even when plans change. Feeling like, hey, I'm good with myself. I am good with myself. Whether someone wants to be with you, doesn't want to be with you, you still feel good with yourself. Feeling like you truly have respect for yourself, and it's shown by not feeling bad or guilty. You don't feel bad or guilty for saying no. You don't feel bad or guilty for standing up for yourself. Being able to truly enjoy being by yourself for an extensive period of time. Not falling into people-pleasing habits, especially when you become aware that they're a detriment to you. fully letting go of that unhealthy relationship and moving through missing that person in a healthy way. So in order to experience these kinds of results, a different decision, a different kind of decision has to be made than what we've been doing these last 6 months or this last year. So really sit with yourself and think, is this desired outcome more beneficial to your life than if you did nothing? Because sometimes it has to get to that point for us. So as this is our last session of the March Manifest Challenge, really reflect on how you did these last 3 to 4 weeks. What did you commit to using that one thing that you were going to add, right? Remember, we committed to adding one thing that would really move the needle in our life. Were you consistent with that one thing to yourself, that promise that you made to yourself? What showed up for you during this past month in the midst of that commitment to yourself? What did you make more important, or what did you prioritize? Because I'm sure, you know what's so ironic about life, right, is that the minute we commit to doing something is when everything shows up. It's when all the resistance, all the challenges, all the tough stuff, that's when that shows up, is when we make that commitment, right? So really look and reflect at these last 3 to 4 weeks. What came up? And what did you prioritize? Did you find yourself being comfortable more of a priority than being your word with yourself? So for example, let's say a promise that you made was to move your body consistently, right? And your alarm went off and you hit snooze. Oh, I'm going to hit snooze. I just need some more sleep. I'm going to go back to sleep. I made being comfortable more important. I prioritized my comfort than really being in integrity with myself. So reflect these last 3 to 4 weeks. What showed up for you? If you're now catching this live and you're kind of like, oh my gosh, I've missed the last 3 to 4 weeks. What is she talking about? Download the self-care assessment tool. You'll see the self-care assessment tool has a scoring of 1 through 3 for each different area of your life. There's professional self-care, emotional and psychological self-care, spiritual self-care. So there's different areas of your life with a scoring of 1 through 3. 1 being I do this poorly, 3 being I do this well. So that way you can narrow down what area of your life you want to reflect and improve on, and then making a commitment to yourself and looking at what has been showing up for you. What have you been prioritizing? And by the way, this March Manifest Challenge, and looking at your habits and looking at your areas of life and looking at what you make more important and what you prioritize, this is just a piece of the pie of the curriculum that I use, that I move my clients through to getting them from where they are to where they'd like to be. This is just a portion of it. So it is a portion of the frameworks that I use. So if you found value to our session, please share this with a health and well-being bestie of yours. If you're watching this on YouTube, please hit like and subscribe. So like I was saying, as this is our last session of the March Manifest Challenge, and perhaps maybe you've already downloaded the self-care assessment tool and maybe you're interested in working with me, I do offer a complimentary 30-minute call where we talk about where you are, where you'd like to be, and if we're a fit. So if you'd like to schedule that call, go to DannyLeberry.com/discovery-call. If you're watching on Instagram, the link is in my bio, and if you're watching on Facebook or Instagram, the link will be in the caption of this video. So thank you so much for joining me along these last 3 to 4 weeks. It has been such a pleasure. I hope that you really found value to our session and working together these last 3 or 4 weeks here. And again, my name is Danny Leberry. I'm a licensed psychotherapist and a happiness transformation coach. And I will see you soon. I will see you on the Instagram, and I will see you in the Affinity Lounge. Have a great rest of your evening and take care of yourself.